In this video, we're going to talk about storing and analyzing all of your footage with AI with Shade. Brandon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So tell me about Shade.
Yeah, I mean, Shade, we're the system of record for creatives, that's what we like to say. And the way I would kind of pitch Shade as a whole is we solve everything from ingestion all the way to delivery. Access, search, share, archive, automations now all kind of within one platform. And so when you look at Shade, you're like, there's a bunch of different pieces. Where I like to start is the streamable mount. We have a full file system that you can actually mount to your local computer, just like a hard drive, as you can see here.
Okay.
And so what you'll see here is you actually have access directly to all of the files that you might have in the cloud onto your local machine. And the way that works is it actually works via file streaming. So it takes the files from the cloud, streams it down, kind of like YouTube when you're watching a video, if that makes sense. And then from there, you have the full rest of the platform. So the place that you're searching through your files, you're sharing, you're sending things to your clients, you're finding that specific that shot. There's a really cool little thing here where within our kind of whole ability, you can actually see that our AI is able to go through and find something like person skiing while holding a laptop, something as specific as that. And you're able to see that our AI will find the exact moment where that thing comes up. And so it is that full system of record where people are typically consolidating a bunch of different systems and building that one kind of source of truth here in Shade. Yeah.
The going back to the mountable drive.
Yeah, totally.
Is that fast enough to edit media off of?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we see most people I personally run off of 4K S-Log3. I edit off of that on a 300 to 500 megabit per second connection. Obviously, as you get to the higher and higher formats, you'll probably need to get wired in or create proxies or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, and collaborative, you have multiple people mounted on a drive?
Absolutely. So what we have is the typical workflow that we use it internally for is we have a bunch of shots, so we'll take the footage from here. A cool use case is actually our Hoops challenge that you see there, where someone can actually live edit it directly in New York City as that is uploaded from here. And so full collaborative editing support. It works with Premiere, works with Avid, works with Premiere Productions, DaVinci Resolve, all the different NLEs, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can go back. So
totally.
AI, the web portal.
Yeah, so a little bit more about here and what Shade is, right? So we have the central spot where you're actively just, navigating through your files and folders. So you have this ability here. I'm going to switch to that grid view, so it makes it a little bit easier. Again, Shade is a full file tree. It's a full spot where you're storing your files, you're uploading files, you're sharing stuff directly from one central location. And what's really cool about that is I can share a file out, ask people to upload in the same spot that I'm actively editing and mounting the exact same drive. Typically, there's 2 to 3 different platforms right there already. We're that one kind of spot where I can create multiple different links, I can share things out, I can get people to download. We have this whole nice thing around collections as well, where I can make nicely tailored branded environments where we're sending things out to a client. All of those things are kind of fully supported workflows that makes, I think, Shade a lot more exciting, whereas again, we're kind of unifying a bunch of different systems. On the search side, what's really, really cool is as you're navigating through all these different things, you can actually see here, our AI is able to also help you label and tag your content. So in this case, as you're kind of constantly ingesting footage, moving things back and forth, we're also kind of creating your metadata store, as you can see here. So we have this nice little view is what we call it, where you have a bunch of different assets. You have things like approval statuses, but also things like having an AI that automatically identifies the food type or even the shot type, and that's all done via a prompt like this. And so all of this stuff becomes something that's super searchable. And again, going back to what I was trying to show earlier with the internet connection being a little shaky here.
The skiing.
Yeah, you could search for something like this, and hopefully it'll come up with a result where it finds the exact moment. You can right-click, open in your mount, and directly edit off of that in Premiere.
Is everything you add automatically tagged and analyzed with AI, or is that sort of an extra?
No, fully included as part of the system. So when you upload it, our AI will go through, it will chunk it up, it will try to understand semantically, it'll look at the transcript, and it'll look at any metadata that you want to create for your business. And so what's really, really cool is what I just showed you earlier, those metadata attributes are things that you can create. So if you're a business where you're specifically, shampoo products, well then you might create a metadata that says, hey, identify the shampoo product. If you're a sports team, you might say hey, here are all the different teams that are within our league. Let's go and model those out. And so that's kind of the cool use case of AI nowadays, is that we've built kind of this scaffolding that allows you to be very specific with what you want to do depending on your use case.
So tag things or find things based on your use cases.
That's exactly correct.
People, products.
Yeah, exactly. So we also have facial recognition built in too. And so you can see here we're able to kind of search, identify different faces, all of that stuff, and you can kind of organize it all Hopefully if it shows instead of just showing the loading spots. But
the internet is always bad here.
Yeah,
That's
the
it's
point,
always
yeah.
a disclaimer with the NAB videos.
Yeah, so we have facial recognition also built in. This is another part of our search. And so our search algorithm is really smart. What it does is that it takes a longer video, it chunks it up, it recognizes where the faces are, recognizes what like the transcript, uses your metadata tags, and combines that all to help you find that moment. And then again, because it has that mount, it just interacts directly with Premiere or any other tool.
Okay. And now for everything to work though, again, here's the face recognition.
Yeah.
It does have to be, so you are uploading your files and storing everything on Shade?
That's
Can
correct.
you connect any other storage or?
Absolutely. So we support any S3 compatible backends. So if you wanted to bring like a Wasabi storage or a Backblaze or AWS S3, those are all fully supported platforms. We have a few more as well, like GCS, et cetera. We typically recommend using our storage. Our storage is globally distributed. We set it up such that it's super fast and performant. We even have an archive tier, so you can easily just right-click a folder and send it to the archive, and then bring it back.
That's just like a cheaper storage
Exactly. So,
pricing.
you know, again, from that access search share archive, once you're kind of done with the project, you still might want to maintain the metadata and the information around it, but you want to kind of just archive things down. That's like a good spot for how our archive system works.
Cool. What was the other thing when we came here? There was looked like a workflow builder.
Yeah, totally. That's the big thing that we're launching this year, which is the cool thing that we actually release or are preparing to release in the next kind of few months is our automations platform. So access, search, share, archive, automate is the way that I like to think about Shade, right? We have the access to streamable mount, we have the search, the ability to search and find exactly what you're looking for, the sharing experience where you can actually share and deliver files. The final part, of course, is how do I automate all those workflows that I'm doing every single day, right? And so a very common workflow that we see, and in fact, actually what we're showcasing here, is a full kind of what we call the hoops challenge. And so what's really cool about this is that you can actually see over there, that camera is writing directly into the Shade mount today, uploading to the cloud, and then from there, actually analyzing the footage is going to send you an email about your basketball shot. So the whole flow end to end.
So like the automation is monitoring that folder?
Yes, exactly. So you can see here when an automation runs, once it's added to this specific folder, we're going to find what we call a custom object, which is essentially like a schema or like kind of like a Notion database, if you will, that allows you to model different things. So in this case, a challenge. It will analyze the AI asset, AI analyze the asset, annotate it, and then automatically send you a share link and even send you an email. And so these types of flows are now possible, more like practical use cases. We have an ability for you to automatically generate edit-ready proxies, which is kind of the biggest pain point when it comes to like working with streamable mounts. Is like when you have 4K, 8K footage, how do you edit off of that when you're not in an environment where we have good internet? Well, we can automatically create edit-ready proxies now from an automation. Once an asset's uploaded, automatically create the proxy in the proxies folder. Or like a review process where you might have like multi-step reviewers. Reviewer 1 says this, okay, once that's approved, assign it to reviewer 2. Once that's approved, assign it to reviewer 3. Then finally send a share link to a client. And so all of these types of workflows are fully possible within Shade without having to use something else.
That's a very cool system.
Yeah.
Going back to this, just flagged something when you talked about it, making the proxies. Does it support like raw formats, BRAW, other?
Yeah. So today Shade supports the BRAW red formats. Those are things that we're also continuously improving, but you can actually leverage. We actually built our custom FFmpeg version that actually connects to all of these different systems and allows you to transcode all of those.
Okay. Awesome. How are you thinking about opening up Shade or like agentic workflows? MCP servers.
Totally. So it's actually a cool thing that we launched here. So I'm going to bring that over here into this area. You can actually see here, our AI is all connected to the MCP servers. We have our own MCP server that we built, and so everything from creating new automations to custom objects to searching through your files, all of that stuff is now built in. And so what's really great is Shade is kind of the one solution that has both the metadata and the same spot that you're actually editing the files, right? Because it has that mount. And because that's possible, you have now all the information that an agent is able to do from anywhere, right? Because they can search and find the files that they need. They have this set of operations. They have the automations that they can create. And of course, they have that mount. So you can connect now to an FFmpeg node, create an XML. In fact, we had a workflow that I set up literally last night where we took a bunch of footage that we shot here, I passed it into an LLM, and I told it to make an initial string out, right? And it just output an XML file and then put it into the mount, and then our editors from home could start editing off of that. And so that's really, really cool about like a good use case of Shade nowadays, and especially with all the tools that now out there, the fact that Shade has and abstracts that away as a local file system, the ability to now also connect to our metadata store is what I think is really, really exciting.
Yeah, it's very interesting because if you can connect it to an AI agent, it already knows all your footage.
That's exactly correct.
It can pull files, it can do all that.
And the AI is, and our store is specific to your business because you create the metadata, you create these relationships, right? So one thing that we didn't fully get to talk about was the custom objects yet, but like basically think of this as like a database where you can model anything you'd like. For example, like if you're a car brand, you might want to model the fleets of your cars. Or if you're a shampoo brand, you might want to model all your kind of products and SKUs. You can now actually use AI within our own product to do product recognition and be like, hey, based on this video, can you identify every single car that you saw in this video? And then now you have more metadata that's automatically tagged.
So then later on, if you're like, oh, give me all the shots where like the videos have this car.
That's exactly correct.
It knows specifically that car because you
And then the AI can
it.
then pass that together. And if you want to make a highlight reel for all things that are of that car, you could totally do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is the pricing kind of just, are you just paying for storage and usage, or like, is there any additional cost for all of the AI stuff we've talked about?
It's all seats and storage based. Everything is all inclusive in our price. We try to make it super easy to budget and manage, but you purchase the amount of seats. Each seat comes with an included amount of storage, and then you get any additional storage that you need for your use case. Our growth plan starts out so that our base plan that starts out at $35 per seat per month. You get 500 gigs of storage to start, and then our storage prices start at around $40 per terabyte per month. And so trying to be definitely someone that is, I think, more on the, we want you to store as much data as you can in Shade. We have our archive tier that starts at 20 as well. And so those are things that hopefully make the price a little bit easier compared to some of our other people on the market. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for the update.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.